Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham News and Update show for Wednesday, January 10th. And good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope everyone is having a great Wednesday. It's hump day, baby. Yes. All right. Got a big show for everyone today. As you can see on the thumbnail, it says 2 loaned out. Yes, 2 youngsters have been loaned out. We're going to talk about that, see what that means for the club. Also, we're going to get into a little fixture adjustment, and Parkinson was talking about that. And also, Parkinson was also talking about some players that are coming back. It looks like 4 players could be coming back in the next few weeks or days in regards to some of the injuries that we need to get back. So that's good. And then we also have the fixture coming up against Wimbledon on Saturday. So get involved, like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Gym Tan Laundry. Those of you who are fans of Jersey Shore, there you go. Think of it that way. So yes, let's get involved and let's get this started. On our way to 1,000 subscribers. Things are going great, so I'm really excited about that. So thank you very much. All right, let's get into the show real quick. So it says duo loaned out. That's correct. We have 2 youth players that have been loaned out. Dan Davies, who's a left back, product of the youth academy, 19 years old, and Owen Cushion. He's also a young player, 18 years old, and he's a midfielder. And they are going to, I'm going to butcher this, the Colwyn Bay FC. They're going to go to Colwyn Bay FC. Where's Colwyn Bay FC? They are by the Bay. I don't know if they're by the Bay, but their nickname is Seagulls or the Bay. So they are in the Welsh Football Club, and they're a professional football club in Old Colwyn in North Wales. They're currently members of the Cymru. Shoot, sorry. That's awful. Cymru Premier, nicknamed the Seagulls, also known as the Bay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so great. That's good. They're going to go out there and they're going to get some experience. So that's really good for these guys. Let's talk a little bit about them. Cymru? I don't know. What is wrong with me? So they're going to be loaned out to the rest for the rest of the season. I think this is great. Midfield Cushion turned pro this summer. He made his first debut in the Bristol Street Rovers Motor Trophy against Burton Albion last month. Former Wales under-21 international. Wingback Dan Davies, meanwhile, also made his full debut in the competition in the win at home against Port Vale. The Bay, newly promoted to the Cymru Premier this season. Shoot, I'm going to get blitzed for that. Cymru Premier, the Welsh Premier League. I'm assuming that's what it is. Are currently in 10th in the league with 1 match to go before the split. They are managed by former Wrexham and Wales centre back Steve Evans. That's probably the connection there. And Wrexham AFC would like to wish Owen, Dan, and the Bay well for the remainder of the season. That is coming from Colin Ray's on the website. Also, we did a little bit of. We are on the website for the Colwyn Bay FC team. Said the club is pleased to confirm the loan signings of Owen Cushion and Dan Davies from Wrexham for the rest of the season. Youth Academy. Left back Dan Davies is a product of the Wrexham AFC Youth Academy and signed his first professional contract in January 22. In September 21, he linked up with the national team, making his Wales under-18 debut. Good for him against English 1-1 draw. He spent time on trial at Liverpool, Stoke, Brighton, Chelsea before committing his first professional contract to Wrexham in January 22 at the age of 17. I don't know what I was doing at 17, not signing a professional contract. Additionally, midfield Owen signed his first professional contract this summer. He's an 18-year-old midfielder, played a key part in the youth national team Youth Alliance, National League's Youth Alliance success during the 22-23 season, where they also reached the FAW Youth Cup semifinals. Cushion made his first debut. Talked about that, of course. So that's good. So it's initial deal. All right, awesome. From the manager, Steve Evans, talking about the 2 players. Our thanks goes to Wrexham for helping us get Dan and Owen. Owen, a central midfielder who's got bags of energy. He's a tenacious player who's always looking to get on the ball and create opportunities with his quality. That's what we need, by the way, for our senior side. And he said Dan is a strong, powerful defender who can play anywhere down the left side. He's quick and someone who's really strong in the 1v1 defending. He's also comfortable going forward. That's great. Both have been in and around Wrexham's first team playing an EFL trophy this season. This move allows him to gain more experience within the senior game and further help their development whilst helping Colwyn Bay for the rest of the season. Welcome to Colwyn Bay, Dan and Owen. So that's great. So I'm happy for those two. It sounds like they have bags of talent, as I mentioned there too. I did watch them in some of those games. No one jumped out at me, but that doesn't mean anything on my end. But I'm really happy to see players go out and get first team football, and hopefully they can help the Colwyn Bay FC team for the rest of the season. So that's really good for the youngsters. So 2 out. I don't know if it's going to be 2 in because they're just loans. Then we got to see what happens for the rest of this January window. What kind of changes we're going to make with some additions, some people leaving, out of contract, things like that. So yeah, Dan Davies and Owen Cushion are out for the rest of this. Are out on loan for the rest of the season. All right, great. Okay, moving on, and this one is about the fixture adjustment. So this story comes from the Leader, Richard Williams, the Leader. At the Leader, Rich, and also from the Wrexham Insider. So as you know, we're progressing through the FA Cup, which means we're going to have to shift some games. So there's going to be a fixture pileup, and Parkinson was talking about it. Or had some quotes here. We're going to talk about that too. Forest Green Rovers. So here's the games that are going to have to be rescheduled, and one actually is just because of postponement, because of the pitch was not ready. It was waterlogged, and that was the Forest Green Rovers away game at the New Lawn. That was December 9th. That was postponed. The MK Dons away game January 6th. That one was the Shrewsbury match we just watched. We won 1-0, yes. And the future game, the January 27th game, is the Crawley Town home game. So that's going to be rescheduled for the Blackburn Rovers match. Now, and we'll talk about what Parkinson said about the fixture pileup that's going to happen. So if we do go through round 4, round 5, if we do go through round 4, round 5, the next fixtures is around February 28th, at the end of February. That's a Wednesday. We do not have a game that day, but it's pancaked between a Saturday match, February 24th, against Gillingham, that's away at Priestfield Stadium, and a home game against Accrington Stanley, and that's Saturday, March 2nd. So we're gonna have this fixture pileup. It's going to be there. But it's part of the game, and I think it's part of how we're going to get better. It's part of how we're going to get better about moving forward and getting to where we need to be. Ultimately, yes, we want to get promoted. So it's respect the cup and moving forward. I know everyone's not too pleased about the Blackburn Rovers draw. That's fine. I guess I'm in the minority, but I think it's a good thing. So Parkinson said he was his first praise with the cup win. He said, we will fit those games in with cup success. You do end up having to rearrange league games, but that's part and parcel. So he understands what's going on. The positives come from the drawbacks. Did they face champions at Blackburn? Continuing, he said, Parkinson said, hopefully we have got some players coming back from injury in the next week or so to boost the numbers in the squad. When you're a team that has played in 4 games and 10 games over the Christmas period, 3 games in 7 days, it's 3 games in 7 days, which will happen as we go forward, moving to be a lot more comfortable. So what he's saying basically is like, yes, we need to be comfortable playing this amount of games. And I think the Christmas period and how well we did, we had injuries. We had Gio got sent off for 3 games. We had JJ got sent off for a game. So we need to be able to like adjust, advance, move forward, and get people in that aren't playing regular first team off the bench. But we handled it. He said we prepared a lot for that Christmas period. This is Parkinson again on the training ground, and I was very pleased how we came through that physically, particularly in the 4th game against Barrow. He finished off by saying, that doesn't concern us. It is clear that Parkinson isn't worried about the buildup of the games, and it should be positive for them. So yeah, that came from the Leader, that article there. So I really feel like he's got a handle on this. Competition and how we're gonna go about adjusting. So it's 3 games, like I said, 3 games that need to be adjusted. It could get sticky at the end, but we can handle it. And he said that's part and parcel of it. So got to respect the manager, what he's thinking, and the fact of the matter is, hey, this is part of the game. It's all part of the game. We're gonna continue to. You want to play with the big boys, you got to be a big boy. There you go, or gal. So that's that. Moving on. Parkinson was talking about a news update. This also comes from Max Wilkins, the Wrexham Insider. So this one is about Parkinson. Phil Parkinson provides an injury update on But 4 Wrexham stars ahead of the AFC Wimbledon clash. So this is Max Wilkins, and I also think he's also working in conjunction with Leader Live, which is that gentleman that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to get his name and give him credit as well. Richard Williams, at Leader Rich. So let's see, Parkinson update. 4 injured players are closing in on a return. Looking forward to center backs at his disposal. This is a quote from Parkinson. He says, with Aaron Hayden, Jordan Tunnicliffe, and Egan O'Connell all out with their own problems, it's been a struggle. Parkinson has been discussing this in a recent interview with the Leader Live. On that, Parkinson said, Aaron, Jordan, and O'Connell are all getting close to coming back to full training, which is great news for us. It's been unfortunate to lose players in the same position, but they're all working hard on the training pitch and doing everything they can. The medical team are working extremely hard with them, and hopefully we will have some good news shortly. That's great. But so them being out as allowed, this is what I was talking about, has allowed Cleworth to step in and really step up for his game and solidify his, I think he's played 4 or 5 on the bounce, probably 4 on the bounce. And he's done really well. Although I think he was pressured a little bit again in the Shrewsbury game in the first half. But I think he handled it well. I think it's part of his growth period. And having these 3 center halves out has helped us advance Cleworth and get him more confident. So I'm happy about that. And you obviously never want to see anyone injured, but seeing other people step up is great. So he went on to say there is another man who is set to return to the fold, and he is Ollie Palmer. This is Parkinson again, who has been missing for weeks now. He has this has coincided with the return of Stephen Fletcher, who has performed really well in recent games. On the striker, Parkinson added, Ollie is closing in on our return as well. It's a similar timeline with them all. They're all getting there. Over the Christmas period, they were all in one time. They were all working hard while we were away at the weekend and making good progress. They are all closing in on a return. So see, this is part of it. Not everyone's going to be fit at all times. People are going to get loaned out. And it's a lot of people to step up. Fletcher coming in, have the hat trick. That's fantastic. Dalby stepping up a little bit in there too. In addition, talking about this moving forward, we talked yesterday about Mendy going out on the 15th to go play with his international team, and that's great for him. That's going to allow Barnett to play, Ford to play, and those guys get time and get gelled in with the first team and getting playing on that right side and just growing. And we're going to need it at the end of the season. If we do start piling up, injuries will take on some injuries, and we're going to need everybody at different times during this season to step up, and that's kind of what this is all about. And Parkinson has a really great knack for just, like I said, I always keep saying this: never going too high, never going too low, managing the team. He's been through it before, and just seeing how we can just navigate these little flare-ups of injuries or people getting sent off, which we don't want anymore, getting down to 10 men. As we know, we have a habit of going down to 10 men, but still winning. We haven't dropped points. Then we went down to 10 men. But I believe in Parkinson. I believe in what he wants to do with the side, and I think he's focused. So credit to him and credit to the team and credit to the medical staff getting everyone back. I mean, having 3 or 4 center halves out at one time, I mean, your head would spin. Jeez. Moving on, let's talk about the weekend coming up. So this weekend we are playing against AFC Wimbledon, and we will do a preview match, and we'll talk about Parkinson, what he says before then. Parkinson presser, we always do that before the match. So just a quick update on that. So AFC Wimbledon are in 7th place, 39 points. They have won 10, drawn 9, lost 6. So they haven't lost that many games. They've drawn a lot of games. They have a goal difference of 13, 39 points. They have won 2 out of their last 5 matches and lost 1, drawn 2 other ones. So they're having a little bit of an up and down season. We will do a deeper dive on Wimbledon. That is that's a Saturday game. We will be here live 10 before 7. Yeah, 10 before 7. Jeez, the last game was a 6 a.m.er. But yeah, we're here at 6:50. So 10 minutes before the match, which is a 3 p.m. game on Saturday. Looking forward to that. Also, it's a long weekend here in the States. Excited about that. And tomorrow I have an interview planned. Touch wood. I hope it goes through. Really excited about that one. If that doesn't happen, I'll get a show up as well. We'll do a preview show tomorrow. And if anything else pops up, we'll obviously get that done as well. Okay, what else we got? Thank you, everyone, for joining. That is your Wrexham News and Update show. Hopefully, there is those two gentlemen, Dan Davies and Owen Cushion, do well on their loan outs. Apologies for butchering the Cymru. I may be trying the league name. I apologize about that. So, all right, on that bombshell, I will see you all soon. Have a great